rush through these. Let's do
All
it.
right, let's do a lightning round.
Love it.
No. God said, God is not marked. Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. No, God sees everything, and he's a righteous judge. Nobody gets away with anything. God deals with it. Thank you. I thank you that he's God.
Thank you. I think you bring up a good point that even if you get away with it on this earthly plane, if you have any sort of faith or belief in an afterlife, then you will be judged for the things that you have done. But when we talk about it in terms of like what is happening while we are here and alive, do you think that it is possible to get away with murder? I think it's clearly we could all agree that there are people that have done it. Would you? I might change the topic. Would you turn in some? If you knew that a murder had been committed, would you turn in the person who was responsible? Would it matter the sort of crime they had committed or what their victim was like or you perceived them to be like? Do you think that there are cases where you would not? I'm interested.
As am I. If you know anybody that killed somebody and they told you, how do you live with yourself?
Yeah, and let's not like implicate ourselves or each other here in this talk. But
No, don't name names. Just say feelings.
Yes, but in a
finally happening for years.
Hypothetical world, if you knew that your neighbor had done something of this nature, what would you do about it?
Oh, fuck my neighbor. Fuck my neighbor. I turn that guy in.
Fuck my neighbor.
But if it's my buddy, I'd think twice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. See, I just don't think that I would, because you have to think about like the victim also, and like I'm a mom, and I don't know. I just try to put myself in the shoes of that person and their family and what they must be going through, and I don't know. That's just me. I'm a real.
I feel bad if they had kids. I'd feel bad if they had kids. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what these. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see what they think.
We got 27 now, so they're coming in quicker than we can get through them. But let's go.
So who was Manson's wife? I've never heard of Manson's wife.
Yeah, her name was like Star. He had a wife like earlier, but once he went to jail, he married this girl named Star, 26 years old. Afton Burton is her real name, but she went by the name of Star, and yeah, she was just like this little waif of a thing. We saw her on some. She made the news circuit for a minute in around 2014. She's from a small town in Illinois. Yeah, that's it.
I read about something once where a guy he took a camping stove or whatever in his backyard, and he took a bag of pipe tobacco, and he boiled that shit down into like a very very like thick sludge. And if you didn't know, nicotine poisoning can kill you. So what the guy did was he took that sludge and then took a little eyedropper. I imagine something that looks like kind of like a vape juice container. Took that and he dropped it or two in somebody's coffee, and the person didn't notice right away, and then within 5 minutes had a heart attack and died. And so like, if that person's a smoker and they see high nicotine levels, I mean, they might not put it together. I don't know, but don't do that. I mean, that's just something I read about online.
Do you know,
but don't do it.
Don't do this. And yeah, none of this. Yeah. I actually, and like I write about true crime, so I read a lot of these stories and watch a lot of Dateline, Forensic Files type shows. And
I've seen every episode.
I probably haven't. Some of them
twice
multiple times.
And I've stayed awake through all of them too.
But just last night, I heard I was listening to a story. I think the guy's name was Mangle or something like that. And it was the same kind of deal that one of the things that they had investigated maybe doing, it was a woman who was cheating on her husband, and she and her lover conspired to kill her husband. And one of the things that they had looked into was this nicotine poison, which it was the first I had heard about it. So it's really interesting that you bring that up again. I'm writing that on my list of topics from today. Those of you that have been in my talks before, I've definitely mentioned that, always when I'm doing talks like this that are based in, fact and news and things like that, I write down, if you bring a story to my attention, I keep notes while we're talking, and I'm going to go back through and read some more about that and maybe talk about it in a future
I would love
talk.
to do a future podcast with you or a future stereo talk with you because I need to go in like 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah,
Perfect.
let's do that. But thank you to the 30 of you that are in here right now. We're going to bust through some of these messages while we still have Mia fucking Mars in the chat with us.
I would love to do this again with you.
I would love to. Absolutely.
Steph, you're wonderful.
Oh, thanks, Mia. I feel the same way about you. This is our first time joining together here on Stereo. So
your true crime. The second I heard you, I'm like, I have to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I've been doing with my life for the past couple of years, is writing about true crime and talking about true crime. We have a podcast called Murder Minute that I co-created with my husband, and we have a TikTok channel called True Crime Headlines. I've been taking a little bit of a mental health break from TikTok for the past few months, but one of my goals for the new year was to get back on my grind over there on TikTok. So follow us at True Crime Headlines on TikTok and download the Murder Minute podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And let's keep these going.
Let's hear them. Lightning round.
That girl that said she was in prison, in Manson's. What was you in prison for?
I mean, she didn't want to get into it.
I don't think she wanted to share, but
she was in there for 6 months. Yeah, 6 months.
It's kind of wild to me that someone who's serving a 6-month sentence would end up in the